Hey, what's up, guys? Here's the catch up to my last vlog. Um, Obviously, you see what you see right now. I'm going to explain it in a minute, but I still want to be in a contextual frame to the last vlog day. So this is technically vlog 3. This was so I'm going to go back to finish up that day. So the connecting flight that I had from Oslo to uh, Copenhagen to Oslo was an hour and 32 minutes. And no lie, the plane was very small, it was very cramped, very uncomfortable, but at least it was just for an hour and a half. So it was a short, quick flight. And then I went to Oslo, and where they actually had, I'm sorry, Norway, Copenhagen to Oslo, Oslo to Norway. So Norway to Istanbul. So the plane that was flying from Norway to Istanbul was a big jet. It was actually Turkey Airlines, which is a big carrier. So they had so the ending flight was pretty good. It lasted about 6 hours. It was quick and smooth. They had good food, stuff like that. Um, and then I touched down to um, Istanbul. Going through this process, I have more things to share with you. Um, Make sure that if you can get an visa, right, um, prior to coming to Turkey, that would be best. But I realized when I tried to get the visa that it didn't accept my form of payment here stateside. So, and it was charging about like $50. But when I went to the particular visa place uh, in Istanbul, it was only 30 American dollars. So um, make sure that you can always check online and Google your connecting flights to see if you need a visa or not. But I believe if you're coming from the United States, but always check because those things can change. Especially as, if you have a connecting flight, you're definitely going to need a visa to come in. But if you have like stop connecting flights, the place that you might stop might need a visa. But lucky for me, knock on wood, they didn't need any visas. Um, so uh, so just make sure that you take care. Make sure your passport is up to date. Make sure your passport is not, you know, less than 6 months. It should be 6 months or more. Uh, at least a year, at least a year. Um, but because that will give you more time to schedule. Okay, because I understand that if you have 6 months on your passport and then you schedule, let's say if you want it 3 months down the line, when you get on that plane, now you have 3 months left. So, and certain countries are kind of funny about those type of things. So just be careful with that. Because when I was at the visa place coming through, I seen for whatever reason people getting turned back at the Istanbul border. So, um, so make sure that your passport is way up to date, and make sure that if you can attempt to get an e-visa online, you can get that. I'll have that in my resource section. I'm going to have a resource section for all these things. So I'm going to have the resources for you. Okay. Um, but if not, if all fails, there is a physical visa place that's open 24/7. So you can first get that done, and then if you want to change currency, the currency changer is right next door, so you can get that done right there as well. Um, so like any airport, you have to go through passport procedures and stuff like that. It's a good thing everything went smoothly for me. Once again, I tell you, I saw some people get turned back for reasons that I don't know, but I just saw them getting turned back. So there's that. So when I got in, um, they give you instructions. My particular uh, place that I went with, they give you instructions where you need to meet them, and they're very attentive on the WhatsApp app. So we link up on the WhatsApp app, and they tell me every step of the way. So they were actually tracking my flight. They knew when I landed, and they sent me information prior of physical locations that I could look and see where I need to meet them. So I was successful in doing that. I did have a particular um, car company pick me up. Um, I might insert some pictures here and there. It looked really, looked really good at night. Um, just think about a a OG late model Mercedes Benz van, but but it's but it's still kept up sort of well. And so that's what it was. Um, I had the whole car for myself. Um, I went from the airport to the hotel, which you see me at, and now this is a very, very nice hotel. I might do some showcasing of it, but basically I have washer, dryer, microwave. It's a full mini suite, and this was picked up by the hotel. This was included in the fee that I had. So transportation and this was included in the fee as well. So um, that was great. Um, so I got a WhatsApp text saying that I will meet up in the morning, and also understand the time changes here. So my advice to you is, if you have a watch or something, make sure you keep your own time where you're coming from. This way, you could have a sense of, if you eat a certain time of day, stuff like that, you don't want to really, like, you can defeat this time if you want to, just as long as you tap in with the time that they have when you need to do things. So um, came in, uh, took a nap, um, received a call about 8:30 their time in Turkey, stating that my car was here to pick me up. So now I already knew this, so I already prepped before. So it took me about 15 minutes to get ready, and then we were off to the particular facility. So they took blood work. As soon as I came, as you could see, I had blood work. I had blood work done. Um, so they had to wait till I come back. And I'm pretty sure they're doing a battery of tests to make sure you don't have HIV, any type of any type of disease, blood disease that could be communicable to the individuals that will be working on you. And I'll explain why they probably did that later, because it makes a lot of sense. So, um, so we did that. I had to sign some papers, just saying that I'm allowing them to um, to perform this procedure. So I did that. Had a consultation, um, and so for me, I wanted to make sure that I had a particular um, hairline set that was very aggressive but also realistic. So for me, um, that's what I needed. So the first one, to be honest with you, really didn't jive. So we went back to the board, which is perfectly okay. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with you going back to the drawing board to say, hey, this is what I envision. So you're going to have this end and this end, and somehow you guys are going to meet in the middle. And there are clinical reasons as to why you shouldn't have a low hairline, a la Drake or whatever. If you're born with it, then you're born with it. But if you are not born with it, there are certain aeronomical and even muscular in your head provisions that doesn't really allow for it. So again, the goal is to make sure that you get to the closest of the closest before you reach that point of you trying to build a hairline on muscle. As far as the other parts of your hair, I'm pretty sure that that's going to be fine. Um, and and it's more so just covering surveying areas in the back, which was not my situation. My situation more was in the front, but I'll explain to you later. So we did that. Um, then, mind you, I have to let you guys know I am 15 minutes out of post surgery. So if I look a little wherewithal or whatever, but I want to give this to you raw and uncut and real, because again, if I wanted this information like this, so I know that there's people out there that want information like this. I'm the guy that you could say, went through this process, and you have better information to make informed decisions. So this is why I'm doing this like this. There's no music in the background. There's no filters. This is just me just coming in a little groggy, and I'm going to explain all that. So that's just what I want to say to you right now. So that being said, so after that, once my blood work came back positive, I'm positive as in okay, as in okay. That's what I mean to say positive as in okay. I was cleared for the surgery point. And once again, you have to understand something, that this is a transactional business. So make sure before you leave the United States, after you pay your deposit, as we discussed in other videos, that you must have that money ready in cash before because they're not going to touch you with any with any excuses, any stories. So make sure that you have your cash on hand to give to them. So I had my cash on hand, gave it to them. They were happy. I was optimistically happy as well, because I'm gonna have a life changing event happen here. So that went down, and then I went to a surgery table. Once again, this is less than 24 hours from when I landed in Istanbul. All right, so um, and I might put up an itinerary of my schedule to show you what it actually looked like as far as the times and how much I had to breathe. So, but again, with the little information that I did get, I understood that once this process starts, it's a whirlwind. So I was actually prepared for that. And this is another information point also. The more that you have information about a process like this, the more calm and at ease and confident you're going to be going through this process. So, um, with the continual information, as to why I say that, is that because now we had to go through, they kept asking if you have any allergies, if you have any type of medical conditions and things like that. My brothers, my men, I'm going to say this to you right now. I understand we want to look good, we want to look pretty for whoever we want to look good for, or whoever. But I would not want you to lie or sidestep a condition that you have, and you'll feel that you'll have lottery odds in getting over, um, and all of a sudden, by you not disclosing information to them, now you get jammed up overseas in some type of medical emergency. Again, this is technically a surgery, and I'm going to explain. So please make sure that if you have any, I don't care what it is, because the thing is, don't assume if you disclose you have any type of medical condition that they're going to say, "Oh no, we can't take you." No, they want to know, so they know really how to deal with you because of that mental. Because of that, I'm sorry. It's just been a long day. They would like to know how to deal with you, just because of any type of medical improprieties that you might have. Now they know, so they can deal with you in the best way possible. But if you keep your mouth shut because you want to just say, "Oh, I want this hairline, I want to look good, or I want my head full of hair back, and I'm going to take a chance because what's living without living, so I'm going to take a chance." No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I mean it. Don't do that. All right. So now that we got that out of the way, gentlemen and ladies, because ladies are getting this done too. And so we're now going into the operating room or surgery room. And I will say this, the things that I was thinking I would, the things that wouldn't surprise me, and the things that surprised me didn't surprise me. Okay. So for one, um, I was, I was, I had to get local anesthesia in regards to, uh, the head part, because they have to numb your head. Like your whole head has to get numb. And so, uh, so the donor harvesting part of that situation, I'm not gonna lie to you fellas, it was rough because they're sticking needles all up in your head, and again, to numb it, to make sure that when they go through the procedure you don't feel any pain, but there's pain not to feel pain, if you know what I mean. Okay, you will feel some discomfort, you will feel some pain, but as it goes along it will subside as the medication kicks in, as the numbness kicks in. But please understand, you're going to get some discomfort and some pain, um, because the head area, especially even right underneath the skin, is very, 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 very sensitive. Um, I wouldn't equate it to you getting a vaccinated shot for any reason. It's a little bit, it's a step above that. So I want you to be mentally prepared to do that. And also, do not look at the needle. Don't look at the needle. You don't need to look at the needle. Okay. Um, just make sure that you understand that you'll be getting a series of shots in your head to make sure that when they're using their instruments to transfer one hair from one ear to the other, that you don't feel any pain. Okay. As of this point, my head is still numb from the surgery, and it's, and it's been I would say 45 minutes now, um, from the surgery. So it's still numb. So I'm not feeling the pain just yet. And we'll talk about that later as well. That's if any pain comes, but the post care of it. So now I'm getting the shots. And oh my God, I'm just like, I'm like holding my hands together. I'm sorry, fellas, but I was curling my toes in pain. I was curling every part of my body in pain because I needed to just get through this period, right? And again, he wasn't being aggressive. It's just the head area is very sensitive. It's very, very sensitive because there's only a thin line between that and the skull, right? So it's very sensitive. So when it goes in, it goes in. So, but then after, like I said, it starts to subside, and you, you develop a pain tolerance. No question, the pain is still there, but you'll be more tolerant to the pain. All right. So don't quit. You're going to get past that point. Don't quit. So now, as that's happening, we go through the procedure. So that was a surprise that I thought wasn't a surprise for me. That was like, I thought I could handle that because I'm usually okay with those type of things, but that really got me surprised. So, um, if some of you probably already had probably did some research, stuff like that, and you probably see that the surgery time is going to be maybe 6 to 8 hours. And for me, when I got a feel as to how long the surgery would last, I said to myself, how long mentally I could actually sit in one space with doing nothing. I've never done that in my life. And I know most people haven't sat in, literally sit in a space and be awake for 6 hours. So for me, I thought that would be a challenge. And you know what? It wasn't. It was easy breezy. It was so quick. It was so cool. It was so nice. Um, it shocked me how easy the time was, and the time went, and I was on the table, and that that idling time really, really didn't bother me. It really didn't. It really didn't. So that was the that the surprise that I didn't think that would have been a surprise to me, was that I was able to pass that time really cool, really good on the table like that. And so um, with that, um, so we went through the surgery components, stuff like that. And again, you're going to be hearing, especially if you come out to Turkey. I don't know what other countries do this, but if you come out to Turkey, you're going to be hearing a lot of people speaking different languages around the table and stuff like that. And I will say this: if you feel, because again, when you feel something, it doesn't matter what language it is. If you feel something, you ask them to bring the translator in the room, and you ask that translator, "Hey, look, I'm feeling something here. Um, I just want to make sure that the temperature in the room is okay as far as what's going on here." And so I would say always keep that in your mind. If you feel that something is not going right in the room, but again, it might just sound a lot's going on, but it's just, you know, I had two technicians work on me. Um, and I feel like that was really, really, really a good strategy. And I think they're doing that now. Whereas it's easier, it presses the time. Whereas when one person is doing this, the other person is doing that, or they're harvesting at the same time. There's more hands on heads. So when you see these infomercials or stuff like that on YouTube or wherever you're going to see them, you're always going to see one person on one head. Now, if it's two people, um, that was another surprise for me. Another surprise that there was two people working. One was working. They were working like one was working here, one was working here, one was working here. So they were working in different angles, which was really really good, which was really good, which was really good. So so I appreciated that. And so once again, it was just rinse and repeat for 6 hours with that. Um, and then they had to also, for me, if you plan to get your hairline reconstructed, they did have to now assert more of the local anesthesia on the front line of the thing. And again, the trauma came back. It was really, really, it shocked me how painfully sensitive my head is. And so, but once again, I got through it because again, if you're not afraid of sacrifice, you go a long way. So for me, I said, this had got to go a long way. So I sucked it up and did what I needed to do, but it goes away after a while. Um, and also I would say they can miss spots. So if they're ever feeling your head, and if you feel that that spot is sensitive, you tell them to stop, and they'll while they're on it, and they automatically know to they'll just do a quick local shot to numb it right away, so they can go back and get the hair. So again, it's it's okay, it's okay to do that. So once they got the hairline set in, um, and stuff like that. It took a while. Then now they completed the job. They got all the donor hair, and they put it in the spaces I need to have. Originally, I was slated for 3,000 on my consultation, but in real time, um, I got 3,800 um, donor hairs. So 3,800 to cover the entire area. And so now, once the surgery is over, once again, oh, please do not mind. They will be giving you. Um, some of you might be receiving IV, because they know that you come from different time spaces, and some of you might not eat where where it's not, because they don't encourage you to doing this type of surgery on a fast. And sometimes you could just fast by accident, because basically, if you come from the east of the United States and you come to this from Turkey, the time that they're up is the time that you're sleeping. So the time that I had my surgery, I would actually be in bed. So, um, and so if you don't plan to change your eating habits when you go overseas to get this done, then it is important to understand that they know this as well. So what they will do is they might have some IV. They will have IV, and they will have um, other things available for you to have as well. I'm just trying to think of some things because once again, I want to give it to you raw, real, and uncut. I ain't trying to. There's none of this stuff is going to be edited for you guys. This is what it is. I just not too long came in, and I said I gotta let do this vlog like this. So they put on this shirt. My instructions basically after when the surgery is over, they helped me put on this shirt. I cannot take off this polo until tomorrow when I go back to the surgery, back to the office to wash my hair, and I will explain that to you later. So, um, so what I was going to say to you, um, I'm telling you, it's been a whirlwind, but just bear with me, and I know you understand. So when it was over, they helped me put this shirt on because they said I cannot take it off because I don't, they don't want to mess up my hair. You cannot touch your hair at all. And they gave me instructions to sleep in a position. They gave me some stuff that I have to look at again. So when I look at that stuff, um, I'll be there. So with that, um, they gave me a slew of medical, post medical stuff I need to take. I'm not going to sit here and tell you what they're giving me because again, I don't know if that's ethical. But they gave me a series of post surgery stuff that I need to take to make sure that everything with myself biochemically is okay and everything's falling into place. And yeah, pretty much that's it. So you'll get a post, and that's why again it is important not to fabricate anything to these people about you not having any allergies, not having any type of sickness. Okay, okay. Don't worry about HIPAA laws because HIPAA law is not going to save your life if you lie and you have a bad reaction to something and something happens and you die. So I'm just going to put it like that. Once again, I cannot stress that. Do not lie to these people. Okay. And you can save yourself a trip because you will be able to. They're going to have a questionnaire. Most likely, they'll have a questionnaire before you come over for you to deal with that. So that's what it is. So I was given instructions on how to sleep. I was given like a neck pillow, the same ones that you use at a airport seat, and they want me to sleep in a 45-degree angle, sleep up. Um, they don't want my head to make any contact with the bed, right? So that's what I'm going to do. And now, um, and then I'm sorry, before that, and then I will see them tomorrow morning at 8:30 for a shampoo wash, a special shampoo wash that they do. So I have to wait for the call tomorrow. Actually, no, I got information already, so I know that tomorrow I need to be in the front, 8:30, and they will have the pool. I'm sorry, they will have the carpool there for me in the front. So now here's the real and the raw and the cut. So here is what my head looks like uh, coming out of surgery right now. It's a little bit swollen, but as you could see what's happening here, as you could see, as you could see here, my hairline is in there, the hair is in there. If you look from the previous photos, that happens. And I'm sorry about that. In the back, I'm sorry about that. So in the back, here's a better, here's yeah. So here's a better, as you can see that, boom, boom, and so Got to make sure that that stays where it needs to stay. And all the stuff in the back here is the donor area stuff. We'll take out from donor area. So this stuff has to just stay bandaged and protected. I like what I see so far. Once again, this is going to heal up. It's going to heal up and it's going to develop. Uh, you know, and I'm going to share it with you guys, so we don't have to worry about that. Um, Once again, I'm here. I did it. I got through it. Uh, I'm feeling good. And they kept asking me if I felt good, if I felt dizzy. Had no issues, nothing, because they're being very attentive. So so I will give them that. So I didn't have any issues, no problems, and so um, the trick for me is to see how I'm going to get through the night. I don't know if I'm sleeping on the bed. I might sleep on the couch because the couch pretty much more enforces that I sit at a 45-degree angle. Um, I guess that's what I'm going to probably have to do. I'm not sure yet, but I'm going to figure it out. And then tomorrow morning, I have to go back to them um, and figure this out for the shampoo and see what the next steps are going. But it's going well so far. Everything is going well so far. So pretty much that's it for today, guys and gals. So once again, I want to give it to you live as in it just happened. Throw it up on the video for you, live and uncut, and not, play any games with you guys, because this is time, social, emotional, and financial investment, and that's not to be played with. And I want to make sure that you get all of the information that you need before you embark in any type of similar journey as this. All right. So pretty much that's it. And I'm going to see you tomorrow in uh, the vlog for 4. I don't know if I'm going to do it in vlog 4, but I'm going to try to make sure that I give you a good view of this room and the space. It's a beautiful room. It's like a mini apartment. It has everything in here. It has everything that you want and need in here. Now, I did get lucky for whatever reason. I don't know why this happened, but I was getting a basic room. But then the guy said, "Hey, I'll bump you up to a junior suite or whatever he called it. I think it's a junior suite." So at no cost to me. Oh, hey, great. I didn't argue. I didn't argue. Um, I think he probably wants me to maybe mention the hotel, and I might not. We'll see. We'll see. But of course, if it's good, of course I'm going to share it with my peeps. Of course I'm going to share it with you guys. So please understand that the journey continues. I'm headed back to the clinic tomorrow for a shampoo wash, and I'll tell you how that goes. All right. Peace.